Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today we are continuing our How to Bruise series and we've landed upon Xul. Pulling up the list here, you'll see that I have Xul in the Wave Clear category, meaning he's lacking damage and he's lacking tankiness. Additionally, unlike Murky, who's the other hero in here, Xul is very easy to kill. If you're able to get on top of him, he has no way to disengage and run from you, or no easy way. So why would you want to pick this hero over any of these other bruisers? Well, there's a couple reasons. So one, Xul has one of the most consistent and fast wave clear in the entire game, especially for a bruiser. So if you need someone who to double soak for you, Xul is your man. He can do it easily. He's also a super easy hero to play. So if you're looking to get inside and learn more about the double soak aspect, I would recommend you picking up Xul just to get in that rhythm of double soaking, because his abilities are super simplistic to play and allows you to focus more on your positioning rather than your micro managing all your abilities and whatnot. There's a couple more reasons that you'd want to pick him, and it's focused around his Bone Prism. So this is a point and click ability, which is once again super easy to land and allows your team to follow up on it so easily. Any mage that you have is going to be loving you as a bruiser because you're able to enable them so easily. You got a Kael'thas, easy Flame Strike landed. A Kel'Thuzad, combos for days. Nazeebo, easy follow-up with his wall. So many good teamwork Xul can offer. And then additionally, and this is a little more less known, as at least I think it is, because I didn't know about it for the longest time. Xul's W, when it's activated, it reduces the attack speed of enemy heroes by 40% for 2 seconds. This is incredibly strong, and like I said, I didn't know it was a thing for the longest time, but it can catch enemies off guard. So if they have a melee heavy comp who are focused around basic attacks, Xul can really help shut them down. But with all that being said, he is one of the weaker bruisers in the game who relies on playing to his strengths, which is just wave clear. So we're going to do our best to hop into the game and hopefully have some fun. Alright, and we find ourselves on the Braxis holdout today, which is a very bad map for Xul. Reason being, Xul absolutely loves double soaking because that is his only strength, is wave clear. So on a map where you're fighting a hero, it can be a lot more difficult. Anyways, we're going to talk about our Skinergy quickly. So, this is the Serpent Skin, I think it's called. But basically, it reminds me of Sky Temple. If you'll notice, I have the Sky Temple announcer rolling right now. And I just really love the way that this skin looks, especially in combination with the flying carpet mount that we have right here. I absolutely love the combination of this skin mount combo. As always, we'll talk about the build and talent at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. At the end of the game, we'll talk about how to build this hero and go into much more depth and detail regarding that. For now, though, we're just going to do our best to count the heroes and see who we're fighting. And it looks like, do I count 5? Yeah, I think I see all of them, so we're going to fast clear this wave. The reason we fast clear this is we want to get these minions crashing into that tower as fast as possible, which will mean that the enemy hero is going to miss out on a little bit of soak. And then we're going to come down here, and we're going to watch for their rotation. And if a hero comes through this area, we're going to stall them out and make sure that they cannot get to this XP any bit faster. And same thing, we're just going to go ahead and clear this out as quickly as possible so that minion wave crashes and gets good damage with the crash. And then we do actually see Hanzo, so we got to take note of his build. He is a auto attack Hanzo, and of course he can just kite me to hell and back. So I will lose against auto attack Hanzo if I fight him. So how do we play around that? If we're losing a fight to a hero, how do we play around it? Well, we got to play to our strength, and our strength is wave clear. So if he wants to fight on the point, I don't want to fight on the point. I want to say, oh god, he knows how to play it too. He just sits there and auto attacks me. But we're trying to clear out these minions. So he has to now decide. Does he want to cap the objective, or does he want to soak the minions? And this is the choice we're going to force him to make. Looks like he is deciding. Oh, good thing I didn't engage because Anubrak was there. which means I can actually I'll just base. I'll just reset. If you're going to have heroes here, I can't engage. There's nothing I can do. I might as well be full on HP. So we're going to do that. Now, hopefully, the friendly team, we're taking the bet that they can win the 4v3 in the bottom lane. And as long as the Nubrak is up here, along with Hanzo, we will be just fine. Hanzo is now in the bottom lane, so we're going to go ahead and start to capture this objective. If a Nubrak comes in to fight, that's fine. I'm going to say, you know what? You can have that point. Take that point. I don't even want it. Instead, what we're going to do is focus on our game plan, which is soaking. Getting all these minions soaked up, and now he has to decide, does he want to fight on the objective or soak the minions that are going in? And it's this pattern that will allow me to win in this top lane here. All right, so he's choosing to fight me. That's fine. I don't have to win this engagement. In fact, I could lose this engagement very easily. And as long as he is not soaking the minions elsewhere on the map, then I'm winning. I might even be able to kill him there. Nicely done. Huge play. And we'll continue to just soak and make his life harder. Make anybody's life harder because of the constant pressure that we bring in this video game as Xul. Get the regen globes whenever possible. And we are, despite us being on a very bad map, we are able to win this lane. And despite us losing a lot of the matchups here, just by understanding how the minion waves work. So instead of pushing this down, we're going to look for the rotation of the heroes to make sure that they can't... We don't want them near our minions. We would rather them try to fight for the objective than go near the minions. We'll just try to poke them down a little bit more. I'm wasting a lot of mana doing this, so I got to be kind of cautious with that. And instead of tapping and wasting my tap, we're going to base. Because in the solo lane, you are all about beating the enemy solo laner in any way possible. If I would have tapped here, then I would have just been twiddling my thumbs, having nothing to do, and not even being at full mana, full HP. So instead, we will have this sippy cup that we can use later on in the game when we need it. And I'm back, nothing changed. I'm here to support my ally if he needs it, like I said. Get out good damage on these enemy heroes, but I really don't feel like fighting a dragon. So we'll just play it cool. Oh, I missed that globe. That's a shame. Because with how often I've been spamming out my spells, it would be nice to have. Would be nice to have my mana bar a little bit more healthy. See if we can't land this on her. Oh, she just stood still. Well played by her. Thankfully, though, despite us having a little bit of a rougher time here in the top lane, friendly team has been absolutely owning it elsewhere on the map, getting us a huge pick on that building there. We'll go ahead and base once again. And at this stage, we can now flip positions with my allies if I want. So I'll now go to the bottom lane, and they'll take the top lane. The reason for this is they were winning pretty easily in the bottom lane from what I could tell. And I was, for the most part, losing in the top lane whenever the heroes were actually there. So this just makes it a little bit easier for me to win that fight in the bottom lane, which gives us a better advantage overall. You can see Xul's camp clear, especially with this build I'm going, is very mid-tier. Xul has fantastic camp clear, especially with other builds. This just isn't the one for that. Now Hanzo has picked talents that will enable him to beat me in wave clear, or at least tie me in wave clear, which is a shame, whenever that's the only thing we have going for us. He might go for this camp, so I would love to fight him on it if he is going for it. Doesn't look like he is, so we'll ping danger for my allies and just do what we do best. Soak, soak, soak. We do have to be cautious, though, because if we get caught out of position, we die very easily. There's level 10 for my allies, and with that pick, I'm kind of debating soaking up one more minion wave. So that's what we're going to do. Like I said, if we get caught out of position, we will die. So I'm trying my best not to get caught badly. Thankfully able to get a big pick there out there on the Li Ming and because of the push we've created, we don't even need to be there for that push any longer. Friendly team's able to get better space done elsewhere on the map. So, this is one of Xul's greatest strengths. It's just the time and space you can get for your allies. So we'll capture this, and like I said, this is one of his greatest strengths, is time and space, but this is also one of his greatest weaknesses. Now that the waves are pushed out and we can't manipulate them easily, there's not... Oh my god, I'm dead. There's nothing I can really do now. Oh boy. Come on. I think I should be able to get out. Please. Alright. But there's nothing that I can really do anymore in this game, based off of how pushed the minions are. That's our greatest strength, is manipulating them. And now that they're pushed out, I'm kind of just a sitting duck, where I can now group with my allies, but how effective is that going to be whenever we're so bad at team fighting? And this is why Xul likes maps that have 3 lanes, because I would be able to do a lot more had this been a different map. I kind of want to portal in here and see if we can't get something done on top of the Hanzo here. Nice damage out there on top of him. This is a dragon, but I think we'll be fine. And with friendly teams, excellent job done there, getting another couple picks. We'll go ahead and heal up off this top lane here. I'll defend against the Zerg wave for my allies. And the best way I can describe Xul is like you're doing the chores. They're on this. Oh no. If I had a bigger brain, I would have been able to stop that from happening. But you're kind of just like doing the chores for your allies. No one wants to clear out this camp. No one wants to clear out this objective. But someone has to, and Xul is the man to do that. We do have Asmodan, who's also doing this, but our push as this hero is very mid-tier. We're not that great at actually pushing down heroes. Which, don't get me wrong, our minion push is fantastic. It's our... I might even just ult this. I'm debating. We'll keep on. Keep on just pushing for now. But our actual building damage, that's where we get a little bit lacking. Keeping an eye on the minimap, waiting to see when they're going to rotate in. I think that's good enough. We don't want to overstay our welcome. And I can maybe look for a rotation on the backline of these enemy heroes. Really good job there by Stitches. And with that pick, I don't know. Is my ally going to die? No. No, she's living. Get out some Poison Nova on these enemies, because I do have a couple allies to support me here. We'll tank the damage for them. And I think my Poison Nova might just have enough to kill that that Nova. It's ticking down, but I'm sure she got a heal from her Alexstrasza within that time frame, so not quite able to get anything else done there. We'll go ahead and take a camp. You can see our gameplay really has shifted and changed from, you know, someone who did such a good job of controlling that top lane in the early game, despite not being a broken hero, just having better wave management, to now in the middle portion of this game, we're just kind of there. If I could do one thing to change Xul and make him better, it would be to change his Bone Prism. It currently only lasts for 3 seconds. I want full mana. I appreciate the heals, but I wanted full mana. And make it so that his bone armor lasted a little bit longer than 3 seconds. Like, if it lasted for 5 or 6 seconds, or in my opinion, indefinitely, or until broken, it would be so much... This hero would be so good all of a sudden. I'm going to go ahead and just get in on this backline. Really good hook by my ally there. I would love to take the portal to get out, but not quite able to. It ends just as I was about to. And now with this enemy team's camp pushing in, reducing our armor, we're not able to help them out much more at all. If the enemy team overextends, I would go for the portal popping, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. And we'll just go ahead. Holy cow, Medivh's crazy. Get the objective capped here. Maybe I could soak this up and heal off of the minion wave, because we do a good job of healing off of minions. Yeah, I think that'll be a fine play, as long as we don't get rotated on. But we're keeping an eye here. It's probably a silly play. We'll rotate down this way then. Or maybe 1v1 Hanzo. Let's 1v1 Hanzo. Oh no, it's not an honorable 1v1. White main is on her way, but I have my tap up, so we'll just heal and then re-engage because the friendly team has captured that. So there's no harm, no foul there. The enemy team's healer is caught desperately out of position, and she will get absolutely annihilated by my Medivh, who's been playing, holy cow, just now looking at the damage number. He's going crazy. We'll start the objective cap, and then, I guess, continue to apply pressure elsewhere, which is one of Xul's greatest strengths, is the pressure he is able to just push onto enemy heroes. He gets another pick. Granted, though, we are ahead on experience by a nice bit here due to good soaking and objective pushes. Getting out cleared by a Li Ming is kind of depressing. But I've prepped this lane good enough for the Zerg wave to pop in and hopefully mess up these enemy heroes. Friendly team is just bullying them, killing the middle wall now. Come on, fight me. How bad is that? That's not that bad. Medivh is dead currently, which is a little sad because he was our top damage dealer, or is our top damage dealer. Thankfully, though, that building gets annihilated very quickly, and I'm just going to try to stick around my allies and help support them and get picks wherever possible, if at all possible. Really good damage there out there on the Hanzo, but an even better ult by the Alexstrasza keeps him nice and healthy and alive. With that pick, I don't think we're going to be able to end, so we're going to go ahead and get more resource sources done elsewhere on the map. I'm going to cry, though, if the friendly team manages to end and I just made a bad play. Nope, doesn't quite look like they are. So continue to just apply the pressure, giving enemy team no time at all to base or, you know, have any breathing room. Need to be a little bit careful because I can definitely die if they come for me here. So we're backing out. And if there was a third lane, I'd go to that third lane and do what I can there. No third lane, though, so instead we'll look for camps, which is not Xul's strong suit, taking camps. But as the bruiser, you want to try to get as much experience soaked as often as possible. And currently, this camp is the spot to get that XP. White main is here to heal me up, and if she wants to get me to full HP and the enemy team goes for boss, I would probably help them fight for it. No, I wouldn't. We're down on 2 heroes. I didn't realize Azmodan was dead as well. So we'll look for this camp. Hopefully we don't get engaged upon here. If we do, though, I have my ultimate ability, Poison Nova. That should help out a little bit. There we go. Able to get another camp and just do the chores for our team. Camp needs cleared. We got it. Azmodan, of course, is a massive help to us there as well. Camp needs cleared. I got it. And that's, like right now, there's no reason to fight them. We don't have our Medivh, who's been popping off this game. I doubt enemy team's going for boss. They're probably bush humping, looking for a pick. Looks like Skirmish is now outbreaking. I'm going to go ahead and press my R because I really would like to force that enemy team to use their supporting healing abilities. And might maybe even jump in on the backline now, trying to hurt this dragon as much as possible. Doing a good job of it, and if nothing else, peeling for my allies. And now we're going to go do more chores. I got a bottom lane to push. So we're going to go look for that. I trust enemy or friendly team will be able to get good cleanup in that lane. And if the enemy team doesn't base, we'll just end the video game. No problem with doing that. Looks like that will be what's going to happen. So, by having our constant pressure on the map, and forcing enemy team to be doing something at all times in the video game, we're able to just push them into an oblivion. And this was a 2-lane map. Xul does this even better on 3-lane maps. The issue is, of course, Xul is very bad at avoiding getting ganked because he has no movement abilities. And his teamfight presence is severely lacking compared to other heroes in the video game, especially other bruisers. So we'll go ahead and review the talent and build pathing that we can go. I'm going to give that Medivh a thumbs up because he did insane. Getting 12 kills, top damage by a landslide for our team, and got half the healing of our healer. So props to him. But also props to us. We did a really good job of controlling that top lane. I mean, you can go back and rewatch that portion, but by forcing the enemy teams to decide between, do they want to fight for the objective or do they want to fight for the minion soak? And by doing that, we're able to accumulate such a high experience lead over the other team's solo laners. So the build I went in today's video, this is the build I go in most of Xul's games. However, I will give you a disclaimer that I don't play Xul a whole lot, and I'm sure that someone will be able to come up with a better build than this. And I do know that Xul has like 4 builds that are very strong. But this is the one I find myself going in most of the games I play. So Shackler at level 1, we do not go this because it slows enemy heroes. The slow is nice. But I go this because it reduces the cooldown of Bone Prism anytime I attack a stunned, rooted, or slowed hero. So it grants me more survivability. This bone armor is on a 25 second, or I think it's 25. It's 25 or 30 second cooldown baseline, which is just too long for such a weak shield. Gaining this cooldown reduction means you're having it up more often and you're able to survive a little bit better in those 1v1 poke engagements. We then go for Jailer at level 4. So Bone Prism now spawns 2 Skeleton Warriors. These do not count towards Xul's maximum Skeleton Warriors. And then additionally, once you complete the quest, while fixating on an enemy, Xul's warriors gain 25% movement and attack speed. So they're just able to stick to these enemies and whittle them down by you spamming out Bone Prisms on them. I then went for Dragul's Essence. So every time a Skeleton Warrior attacks an enemy, it doesn't have to be a hero, just an enemy. It can be a building, a unit, a camp. Anytime it attacks that, it'll restore 1.5% of Xul's maximum health, and, or not 1.5, 0.5% of his maximum health, and 0.2% of his maximum mana, which means if you're going off into a minion wave, you're able to just heal up passively off of those, which is very nice, allowing you to never have to base whenever you're in the late game and you're just mindlessly soaking. We then go for Poison Nova at level 10. Both his ultimates are good. I just do really enjoy the damage that this pumps out. It's a large amount of damage, and it can be applied to all enemy heroes. You saw we were able to force out Alex Strauss's healing stuff multiple times just by pressing our R button, which enabled my team to get more done because she didn't have that ult to save them whenever Putrid Bile was popped or Medivh was jumping on top of them. I then went for Amplified Damage for my level 13 talent, so it increases the duration of your root, which, if you remember the intro, is such a good setup tool for your allies. And now, not only is it increasing the duration, it's also reducing the armor that those heroes have. So if you get rooted, and then your ally mage, like a Medivh or an Azodan, can land these abilities super easily, their abilities are dealing increased damage, and you can blow up targets very easily. A big appeal to Xul is this talent. Level 16, all his level 16s are pretty good. None of them are crazy good, but all just pretty good. I went for Weaken in this game because I felt like I was kind of getting blown up inside of the fights. So being able to reduce enemy heroes' damage by 35% for 3 seconds anytime they're hit by a W or your Skeleton Warriors is really strong. Not just for you, but for your allies as well. And then I went for Kalan's Edict. So each time Skeletal Warriors deal damage, it will reduce the cooldown of your bone armor and ultimate by 1.5%, meaning you can spam out more of your Rs, which is nice, and additionally you're gaining more survivability in the fights because you're hopefully able to activate activate 2 or 3 uses of your bone armor inside of a team fight. Anyways, that was Xul. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please let me know down in the comments what you thought. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.